Hello. How's it going? We ready to watch BlizzCon later? YouTube Bill? Who else? Who else? One more spot. Marox, okay. And I'll get in the Discord, yes. Hello. Right. Full group. Let's do some of this. Because, you know, I might as well. Three pixels. Do I not have quality options today? Excuse me, motion?
Now arriving at
Yes. So I've managed to do my 9 wins. I got my 9th win just as I got to 332 on break, so good timing there. Hey, Raptor.
I will prove myself.
What do you mean, Kree skin? That's gone.
There's nothing I haven't seen before.
It changed yesterday.
We will complete our mission.
You missed it. No, I don't do ranked.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
My shield's up. Understood.
So apparently, some of the BlizzCon stream will have copyrighted music, but they've made sure it's marked when it does, so I can mute the stream at certain times to prevent that from being a problem.
Back to the drawing board.
I'm gonna be most likely watching on my own to get the full experience.
Well, it's up to you. Are you saying I detract from the full experience rather than add to it?
No, it's just I want to hear everything.
I need healing. Jag fixar dig.
Hey, I found the trap.
Skit bakom mig. That's how you do it.
Oh.
Shield holding.
Get away. So I'll need to pay attention to my profile time to make sure I don't overdo it. Although, since Brig is the last hero, it wouldn't be a tragedy if I did.
My ultimate is ready. Let's do this.
It's pretty much impossible for me to do 3-3-4 at this point. But I'm not gonna risk that. So I'll probably play without worrying too much about it until 9 o'clock, and then pay closer attention after that.
Perfect. Not to
Will be
mention some bumps and bruises.
what I'll do.
I need healing.
I'm about to find out for the first time the Reaper change.
damn it.
Back to the drawing board.
Hi.
ازيك?
Hello.
What kind of love session is here happening?
Hi.
Yes.
Yes.
Get in there.
Yes. Yes.
There's a
None
preventing it from
administered.
going there.
Strength. Flow.
Who would use the arrow keys these
This is not
days?
the end of the world.
Hi. 안녕.
You can try playing with arrow keys. It's very difficult. I'm serious. Like, if you replace the WASD keys with the arrows, it's so weird.
Yeah.
It-
I mean,
it
that's
feels-
how it used to be back in the early days of first-person shooters. They used to have arrow keys for movement. It was rather weird.
Like,
And back in those days, mouse wasn't even involved. It was just a keyboard.
That wasn't the plan.
And you'd have to hold a button
Overtime.
in order to look up and down. That was weird. Mouse.
nice dash.
It depends. You could play it without the mouse, but mouse would help you a little bit with like turning, and mouse look was something you toggle
Best
on or
round
off,
lost.
Yes.
which is weird.
Back in
Who
the
am I
day,
playing
you
next? I don't know yet.
Score
I'm waiting for Blizzcon to find out.
0-1.
All systems
there has been some
Diva. Ready for
some
combat.
serious leak spoilers regarding World of Warcraft, and I'm kind of sad that I accidentally saw them.
I don't care about WoW anymore myself.
Is this easy? Is this
Good thing Overwatch hasn't had any leaks.
5, 4,
Nothing major or significant.
1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
I have spotted the enemy.
WoW is a very old game that came out in 2004, but they're still releasing updates and expansions, etc.
It's an MMORPG, Softy.
The objective is now.
Now, how would I describe it? It's the
Oh,
most
I've got Ghost Mace again.
it's the most popular MMORPG. It's just a free world leveling up game, killing monsters,
Role-playing
dungeons.
game,
raid.
you know, you play a character, you level up your character, you gain new abilities. You kill
Massive-
monsters, you do quests, you get loot, you upgrade gear, that sort of thing.
What does MMORPG stand for? I forgot.
Massively multiplayer online role-playing game.
Yes. Mouthful.
Yep.
There is a Symmetra stuff literally everywhere.
This might need a few adjustments. We.
We.
Catching you up. Shield's taking damage.
Any space in the group? Nope, not currently.
Ooh.
Wow, I failed at that big time.
I have Blossom of Death ready to go.
I can do better than
Time to
What is alt?
spin.
I don't have alt. I've got 39%.
Into the iris.
No, Zenyatta ruined everything.
Ow.
I don't know, I honestly don't see any difference on the Reaper, unless I'm playing it somehow weirdly. Because
I
what
prefer
did you...
PC.
I will shield you. You've taken damage.
Cat followed you. Did Cat get any food?
This is all part of the learning process.
Cuddles.
No one can hide from my sight.
Okay. Cat problems.
That wasn't the plan.
Defeat.
Yep.
Play of the game.
Are you confusing yourself, Jim? I was there, watch me die. Well.
Double
Tiny bow. What? Oh, right. Discord. Kitty.
So BlizzCon is gonna be live on their official website.
Well, on their official BlizzCon website, they've embedded a YouTube stream, so...
Yeah, there are multiple YouTube streams
Yeah.
for each the game.
Welcome to Hollywood. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Well, that's what happens, G, when you don't play for a while. You miss out on stuff.
I will prove myself.
I wonder if Blizzard is ever going to include weekly
I will strike our enemies
items
where
back.
they do not expect.
Probably not. They'd lose some of their appeal if they did that.
Commences in
Because you'd think, oh, I don't need to do it. They'll come back at some point.
It's high noon somewhere in the world.
Unfortunate that is then.
You know, smoking's bad for your health.
Well,
As a McCree main, I could not miss on a McCree skin. There is no way.
hey.
So I got them all. I will get them all, even the Reaper. Because I kind of started to like enjoying playing Reaper.
1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Let's get to work.
Freedom! Good.
Shield holding.
This is not the end.
Thanks, Angela. Catching you up. Doc.
Get out there.
Excited.
No, that was the wrong one. Okay.
I need healing.
I can do better than that.
You snipe all the bots. Excellent.
The point is mine. You're welcome to join me.
No bots allowed. Except that spot, of course. And stream elements. Yeah.
Step rider.
Get behind me. I'm under fire.
Kill the barrels too. Yeah.
You feel better.
I kill them and they say, "Brig is so fun."
Shield holding.
Need healing.
Yes. I got you.
Thank you.
You just don't talk.
My barrier can't take much more. Help me.
Ow.
Heroes never die.
No one can hide from my sight.
You missed me.
Howdy.
Feeling better? Do more better this time. Payload's moving out. Keep it covered.
Step rider.
This Zari is immortal!
Nope, I killed her again. It's fine.
Oh. Hey.
Shot.
My hairdresser should be in there. Locked up for how much he charges. Pass into the iris.
Owie.
That wasn't the plan.
The payload moves. Oh, we must keep it safe.
Mace to the face.
Wait, the payload moves? What? Since when?
Head for the hills. I'm on fire. Hey
Because
there.
people are pushing it.
What?
Howdy.
You have to push it?
That's the objective of the
Yeah.
game.
Oh, it's moving. Oh, pushing it. I'm pushing it.
Heroes never die.
Where did that come from? Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Angela. Yes.
I need healing.
Let me patch
No
you up.
one can hide from my
I
sight.
could use some assistance.
Shield holding.
Ow.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Back to the drawing board.
Moving the payload.
Yes. Yes, move it.
You'll take it in.
Step rider.
Ah, you died too soon.
I can't do anything else. It's the mine.
You were by yourself there.
Yeah. I guess Reaper isn't that snipey after all. They did something.
Taking damage. Rally to me. I see you over there.
Okay, they're not on the payload. Good.
Victory.
Stay out. Let it happen.
Gotta go for a bit. Okay.
Play of the game. Triple kill.
Not planning on that. Gee. Who else wanted to join? Now we have space. Wakes, okay. Well, it's day of Blizzcon, so... Scientists achieve real-time communication with lucid dreamers.
Select your
Yeah.
hero.
Interesting. Have to do some stuffs. Well, I hope you can do all that stuffs in an hour and a half or less.
I will prove myself. Enough waiting around.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll take a break first. I mean, I won't be playing Overwatch right up to 10 o'clock anyway. Probably stop around 9:30 and watch some
Get in the saddle and let's ride.
Overwatch 2 videos that we've already seen before of it. Watch them again so we get a refresher of what we've seen already, you know. So probably the
Get behind me.
0 hour cinematic and the gameplay trailer for Overwatch 2, I'm thinking.
That wasn't the plan.
Wrestle with Jeff, prepared for death.
Thanks for the follow.
Name's McCree.
My shield's up.
My shield's up. We.
I'm taking damage. My barrier's about to
My barrier's down.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Practice makes perfect. Not to mention some mace to the face.
My ultimate is ready.
Merci, pas de ça.
My ultimate low.
Yes. Så gott som ny.
No, no.
My barrier's down.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Junkrat.
This is all part of the learning process.
Anzo, at your service.
Oh no.
Defeat. Play of the game. Double.
Yeah. I mean, play the games don't necessarily have to be a single effort by a single person. They rarely are.
Traveling to Dorado. Prepare to attack.
I will prove myself.
Dive on a payload map.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
I will strike our enemies where they do not expect.
I can't wait to get into the fight.
I wonder
3, 2, 1.
whether they'll suffer any technical difficulties.
Escort the payload.
I expect at least couple technical difficulties. Because again, what kind of Blizzcon without technical difficulties?
I remember in 2018, the Blizzcon I attended was the Blizzcon where Mike Morheim resigned as head of Blizzard. And there was a planned, what they called a card stunt, where everyone held up a card. Well, like the front half of the main stage had a card to hold up, which supposedly read out a message for Mike that he would see from the stage. But they didn't test it at all to see whether it was actually readable with all the lights on. So the entire message was completely obscured by all the lights shining on the stage.
Nice.
So that was a complete waste of time. And yeah, Mike was supposed to read this message and react to it, but instead they just stood there awkwardly because he didn't know what was going on. So good times, eh? Good times. Sometimes Blizzard like to do stuff, but they don't actually think it through first. So, yeah.
There was just a lot of shiny cards around.
Has reached the checkpoint.
Payload's under my protection.
The payload is under your protection, huh?
Yup.
Well, someone's gonna push it. Might as well be me.
Just don't lose it.
I'm under fire.
It's right here.
Yeah, don't lose it.
My barrier's
Ash is on here.
payload's moving
Trying
out.
to shoot me for some reason. Ah! What happens everyone?
No one can hide from my sight.
Oh yeah, that just reminded me that I had a Lego version of that payload.
Patch that up.
It's very accurate, actually. I'm surprised.
My barrier can't take this forward.
Flippity! Rat droppings.
New objective. Get the payload moving. My ultimate
Watch your step.
Yes.
This is not the end of the world.
activating self-destruct sequence. Soon is
I'll take care of it. Do something! My barrier's about to go. I'll lead the way. Jag tar hand om dig. My shield's up!
Into the iris.
The payload's under my fixing you up.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Get behind me. My barrier.
Oh, hi Reaper, how's it going?
My barrier's down. Payload's moving out. Keep it covered. Fire in the
What was that about?
Enemy Hanzo is complaining about his bad performance, but he hasn't seen our performance yet.
And they left.
Well, the
Yeah, I don't
Hanzo
know what
left.
they're talking about.
Keep off of me.
Ash, stop bullying me.
Push the payload.
Rally to me.
Nah, that's a bastion over there.
Back to the drawing board.
I'm ready to initiate a self-destruct sequence. All systems checked out. Now show them.
Do more best this time.
Blizzard says to avoid Bastion's damage, you need to seek cover, but they don't say what can you do against Bastion if you're asleep.
Well, then you shouldn't have been in a position where Anna could hit you with a sleep dart, hence seek cover. Right?
Yeah, but when Anna's dart kind of flies randomly towards you, and then there's a bastion suddenly in front of you, you can't really do much.
Yeah, but you know, it's not just about what you can do in the instant, but what you can do in the future, right? So you have to think ahead, not just in the present.
Well, I just took cover and he still killed me.
Not soon enough then.
No, I was behind, I think. He shot my fist.
Yep, so you weren't in cover then.
My giant doom fist was in the way. He killed me with that. I have too big of an arm.
Too thick for your own good.
I've been working on that.
Nah.
Incoming.
Wee.
This is not the end of the world.
What's funny, man? How?
Get that payload moving. Shield's holding.
I always wonder what kind of cinematic can we see and who is gonna be involved in it. Usually Blizzard teases us with like the Blizzcon portrait, like they have all of their stuff. There's a Diablo.
Nope. The key art is never a spoiler.
Well, there is some of it.
The key art is never a spoiler.
Ready for more.
Don't hammer me down.
Keep the payload in motion.
I could use some.
What leaks?
60 seconds.
Well, related leak. Yeah, I heard about there was a leak, but that's all I know. Not that I care about WoW these days. Excellent.
Moira has a very long range of suck. They can't. I think they should probably fix it somewhat. The range of Moira's sucking ability is way too long.
Did you forget? It was a lot more originally.
Yeah, but they need to decrease it even more.
It has been nerfed, and if they nerf it more, it's too much. It's nerfed too much then. I mean, it's fine.
Well, from my perspective, it did not absolutely look fine. I was way high in the air, and she just. She took my soul out. Technically, I'm a robot. I don't have a soul.
What do they gain from leaking stuff deliberately?
Only hate from fans.
Can you host me? If you want to. That's fine.
Play of the game.
Oh, I don't know how to count down. It's not long to wait.
Nerf this.
And anyone interested in having a countdown can just look on the Blizzcon website. They have one on there.
Blizzard will keep you up to date with things.
Well, that's unfortunate. You can keep an eye on Twitter or whatever. I'm sure there'll be plenty of stuff on there.
Welcome to Oasis. Prepare for battle. Select
12, 3, and
your
5. 3 breaks. So you'll miss all the good stuff then, because opening ceremony is like 40 minutes or so, and then after that we get an Overwatch 2 panel,
I will prove myself.
and then
This
after
is now
that
my home as much as any other.
there's not a whole lot more.
There's
that
a WoW
I can't
panel.
wait till like tomorrow or whatever. So all the good stuff is straight away.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1.
They must have been a real Twitch noob if they didn't know what hosting was.
Touch from afar.
The enemy approaches.
Yeah, all the streams will be available to watch anytime you like after they have been broadcast. So you can certainly catch up in your own time, either by watching the full things or having a look at the social medias to see
That
what people have been
wasn't the
highlighting.
Voice break?
Yes.
That should be better.
See that which is unseen. King of beauty.
Good as new.
Torbjorn, ready to work.
Yes.
Stop touching me, Zarya.
Reading a page and you started and got a voice crack at the same time. Huh. Fun.
Bang! Much obliged.
I've got you covered. You're taking damage.
Oh no.
I can do better than that.
My ultimate is almost ready.
I'm planning my flag on the point.
Nothing wrong with voice cracks. I mean, sounds a bit weird. That's about it. Ba-ba-bum.
Best round lost.
Helden sterben nicht.
Score 0-1.
Yes.
Is everyone ready?
Pretty place. Be ashamed to have to kill
Yes.
someone here.
No. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Randos aren't fun. Depends on the randos. Ow. I do have the Reaper skin, yes. Managed to get it when I was doing my break time this morning.
Practice makes perfect. Not to mention some bumps and bruises.
When does the event end? Thursday.
I'm still needing
Next week.
3 victories that I need.
Changing position.
Oh. You're playing on Xbox? Oh, in oh. No, I can't. Okay.
This might be the few adjustments.
PC. Didn't realize you were online.
It was only Zen, Axel. You didn't need that much firepower.
Shield taking damage. My barrier's down. Bet this up.
Ow. Yeah, that's fair enough.
This is not the end of the world.
Well, it's the one we're stuck with now, and it's fun, and so, you know,
I've got you covered.
just what we'll use, I
My
guess.
barrier can't take much more.
La la la. Ow.
I can do better than that. My shield's up. Mace to the face. Mace to the face. Mace to the face.
No, I want my mace in your face.
Back to the drawing board. You'll feel better soon.
I am taking the objective. Join me.
PC, you're not good enough to solo carry. Not yet. Maybe someday. Ow.
No one can hide from us.
I can do better than that.
Yeah, I got the hog with my juice.
Let me patch that up. Feel better soon.
Oh, dear me.
That should be better.
Oh, yeah.
Jag tar hand om det.
Oof.
Oh, I accidentally shot Zenyatta while shooting at the hog.
wrestle with Jeff, prepare for death.
Warning, this livestream contains content rated mature 17+.
What?
On official Blizzcon website, there's a warning for plus
Yeah, that'll
17.
be because Diablo.
Yeah. Oh, there's some new stuff on a Blizzcon website. Oh, so this is what you meant by there are the links to all the websites, games. There's each individual window for one.
Yeah.
And they even show the time when they will begin.
Well, they haven't updated the Overwatch 2 website yet. Okay. Worth a look.
I will prove myself.
Why is WoW and Overwatch at the same time? Do I have to watch two different streams at the same time? God damn it, man.
If you want to watch both, you can watch one and then the other. Just by going back into the archive. Can you not?
I can, but I want to see it all at the same time.
Attackers incoming.
I'm talking to Axel. If you can still hear him, then you haven't squelched him. Unless you got the stream on and you're just hearing it from the stream.
This might need a few adjustments. Let me patch that up.
So I think we'll do this for another half hour,
That wasn't the plan.
and then we'll watch some Watch 2 stuff while we wait for 10 o'clock to come around.
How does it go for?
Huh?
How does it go for? Like the whole thing, not just the Overwatch 2 bit.
Well, there's the opening ceremony and then the Overwatch 2 panel, and that should wrap up. Let's see. That wraps up at 1:45 midnight, so I'll probably end my stream around midnight.
I got a rocket in my ass, up my ass.
Ooh.
This might need a few adjustments.
What?
Para reporting.
Come and face me.
I'd ask this slang for a donkey.
I'll take care of you.
And slang for a butt. So a well with a donkey in it is an asshole.
All patched up.
Get into position.
Oh.
Ready for more.
Oh. Bum, bum, bum.
Echo here.
The payload has reached.
Probably watch this Overwatch 2 cinematic and maybe the gameplay trailer and then see what time it is. Ah!
Practice makes perfect. Not to mention some bumps and bruises. Focus. Rally to me.
Rocket barrage incoming.
Whee! Oh. Did you die?
What was that?
Oh no. Apparently hitting your desk unmutes Discord now, apparently.
I can do better than that.
Your desk is just a giant button for unmuting Discord momentarily.
I'm pretty sure if you hit your desk hard enough, everything is gonna go.
Your desk. Alright.
Yes, that's what I call my desks.
Desks.
That was the plan.
Desk.
Adjusting
That
angle
should
of
be
attack.
better.
Oh, eh?
Enemy target located.
My barrier can't take much more. All patched up.
Oh, there we go.
Practice makes perfect. Not to mention mace to the face.
Duplicating Reinhardt.
Mace to the face.
I'll take her.
Oh, yeah.
How you did that later.
Hey, Clarity.
Adjusting angle of attack.
Bomb.
Lifting off.
I can do better than that. More best just. I'm going.
I'm going. Ooh. You cut your beard today. Wow.
Back to the
Put it in
drawing
face place. What, the beard? Hmm.
You'll take it in.
Mega Smig.
Light routine activated.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard. Rally to me!
Oh.
That wasn't a plan.
Duplication initiated.
Feeling better?
Changing position.
60 seconds.
Still taking damage.
Oh.
This is not the end of the world.
Light routine activated.
30 seconds.
No one can hide from my
A
sight.
bit longer, and we win this.
I'll just have it on the stream. It's perfectly fine to co-stream it as long as I mute certain sections with copyrighted music and that they'll mark.
10 seconds.
I'll lead the way.
Overtime.
40 minutes left.
Victory.
39.
Mm-hmm.
Play of the game. Double kill.
We have exactly the same time, Softy. Because we're both from one country.
Same country.
Same country. Wrong accent. That was a Russian. I don't know how to speak Finnish accent in English. Oh my god, I almost level 69.
Now enter. Prepare to attack.
Well,
Select your
I stopped caring about WoW a while ago. So, doesn't bother me.
Wow.
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 The biggest lie on New Watch 2 section of the website is more to come under the new look section.
We could have used a little more time to get ready.
No. Yeah, it starts in less than an hour.
commences in 30 seconds.
Empty your mind.
Top of the hour.
Are you gonna take a break after a couple of games now?
No,
Wait
watch
for
some,
Blizzcon.
we'll watch some vids so people can, you know, come and go. There'll be vids that people have seen already, so people can prep
5, 4, 3, 2,
and rewatch all the Stargates.
attack. Capture object.
Well, SG1 takes a while to work through because it's 10 seasons, isn't it? Long ass show. Good stuff though. Way through. Jimmy King got salty because someone was Bastion. Of course.
Stop beaming me, Zarya. I don't want it.
214 episodes. I believe, doesn't it hold the record for longest running sci-fi show?
Du mår bättre snart.
Or was that Smallville? It was one or the other, I'm not sure which.
Hurry up today.
Because they were
What
both
se-
super long. I think Smallville was 10 seasons as well.
What series are we talking about?
Stargate SG-1.
Ah,
Really good sci-fi.
never seen, never heard.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Oh man, some people left.
Objective A
My
captured.
ultimate is almost ready.
Escort the payload.
Daher wieder.
Slurp.
Yes. Favorite series.
Affirmative. Nano boost almost ready.
Yeah, it's one of Alan's favorite series as well. I like it as well. I just prefer Star Trek myself.
Hey Dave, give me a high five.
Nano boost
Pat.
administered.
Pat, 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 pat.
Good, Brigitte. No, I'm not gonna touch there.
Why wouldn't you?
Family friendly.
Observe the barrier.
冻住，不许走。
I'm under attack.
Payload is preventing me from backing away from Blizzard.
It's fine. Why would you want to back away from Blizzard on this day? It's BlizzCon.
Everyone get into the maze ultimate. Or Blizzard will kill you.
Yeah, it's the last hour of break.
It's very funny how May is Jeff's favorite hero and her ultimate name is Blizzard. Funny coincidence.
I don't know if May is Jeff's favorite hero.
I think
That
he
tends
said
to
that
change
May is
from
his
time to
favorite.
time. But
Enemy contact.
the link between May and Jeff is pretty strong.
Taking damage.
I mean, Jeff loves bubble tea, boba tea, or whatever you want to call it. And May got a boba tea skin, so you know.
Oi! Hey Softy, I think I got the thing that you were supposed to get. Hey, we did it, we make it work. Yeah? No?
This is all part of the learning process.
Oh, level up.
Огонь по готовности.
I feel better soon. My barriers are not taking heavy fire.
Get back.
Get out of there, too.
Ooh. Ow. Carry
Nano
roll.
boost discharging.
Greetings.
This might need a few adjustments.
Why is the payload stopped?
Hey,
My ultimate
Nano boost administered.
I could use some healing.
The dragon becomes me.
I need healing.
I shall see the
Let me touch that up.
I'm very sorry, Softy, if I stole your play.
The payload has reached team kill. Greetings.
Greetings.
My shield is bigger than yours.
Size isn't everything. Oh, I like
It's about how you
333.
use it.
My profile now says 333 next to every single hero. Nice. Brig's just not in the right position. Gotta get Brig in the right position.
I finally got rid of the squeaking sound that my chair was making.
You killed the mouse.
Yeah, I screwed some screws up and then I think I squashed it. It's somewhere underneath my chair now. If it comes back again, then I'm gonna have
lure
to...
it out with some cheese or something.
Yeah. Here, boy. Have some cheese.
Cheese.
Boop someone off, Dave.
I did it. It's not completed until Brig is in the correct position.
I just had a deja vu, Dave.
What?
I feel like when you ulted and ran in there, I'm pretty sure that already happened somewhere.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
No, but this exact moment, this exact time, and
I've
in
played
the
on
way.
King's Row a few times today, I think.
Nano boost is ready to deploy.
My blade is ready to kill
Ultimate
me.
is fully charged. Get in there.
Our cutting is to move the payload.
This might need a few adjustments.
По готовности. 冻住，不洗澡。
I'm escorting the payload. Let's keep it
Feel
moving.
better soon.
Hello, May.
Vent this up.
This will help.
Oh.
In the cinematic from
All
Overwatch
the
2.
places you could have stood there, Jamie. He's just behind like the 2 pixel line.
Practice makes perfect.
I wonder if Reinhardt and Brigitte can interlock their shields, like in the cinematic.
Not currently, but maybe in the future.
Shield holding. My barrier's down.
No.
This might need a few adjustments.
My ultimate is almost ready. Nano boost is ready. Get in there and I'll get you.
In motion. My ultimate
Nano
is ready.
boost administered.
Become me.
Shots find them.
I think we'll do one more match after this one. And then watch some Overwatch 2 vids while we wait for 10 o'clock.
Play of the game.
Огонь по готовности.
Double kill.
What? Hey, Lucas.
Traveling to Horizon. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Yeah. Well, we're on the moon. This will probably last about 30 seconds. I mean, we could hide and watch them cap both real fast. Just for the lols. I don't know. It's up to you.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
No, I'm not one for standing around.
Just chill in space, I guess. There won't be any space because Blizzcon is in just over half an hour. So,
No.
5, 4.
I'm gonna just chill and watch some videos before all the stream
Attackers incoming.
after this one.
Defend objective A.
Don't lure them into space. Space!
Roadhog time.
Yeah, if they come into space, we can kill them, but you know, I'm not allowed to kill them inside.
Objective lost. New defense point. Objective B.
Whee! Oh man. Whee! Well, I guess that's game over. Got gold healing.
Play of the game.
Took a second. Taking off. Finishing them off.
No, you're not. Not this time. Unfortunately. Yeah, it's fine. I'll open a loot box. Oops, I left the group. It's fine. Loot box! Finale. Ah, yes. Appropriate. Good. Let me see. Don't worry about that. Just trying to. Oh, display capture, lovely. So let's see. Overwatch 2. Oh, Nickel live stream. All right. Hold on. It's cropped horribly. It's, fit to screen. There we go. That's better. You can actually see it properly now. I'm in the way. How do we do this? We do this. Oh wait, that's the wrong thing. That's the wrong thing. This is the right thing. I add. Ignore that. This is what I want. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Wait. I've suddenly got no sound again. I've got no sound again. Ah, that's covered everything. This. Scuffed, yeah. It's fine, I'll edit it. It's alright. Okay. NDI source 2. No, I don't want that. That's my other NGU, don't worry about that. And now you can see chat. Let's copy where is it? Over here. Copy this. And then paste it over here. There we go, and then put that in the right place. And then crop it. And that should work. Oh dear me, sorry. Ugh. Sneezy all of a sudden. Alright, cool. Let's try that. Perfect.
Winston?
What's on your mind, May?
Do we have enough people for this mission?
As long as we stick together, we'll be fine. If you're going to show, now would be a good time.
Attention! This is your captain speaking. We are on final approach to Paris.
Can we turn around?
That's our cue.
You may now power on your electronic devices. Weather is mostly cloudy, with a 100% chance of null sector invasion. Winston, clear as a spot to land. We'll be right behind you.
You better be.
Why is null sector attacking now?
I don't know, May. But the people down there need help. And right now, we are all they've got.
Yeah, the police, they're useless. Don't worry about them.
Bonjour.
Yeah, the picture on the cockpit, that was Emily, Tracer's girlfriend, yeah.
Sure, officer. We're here to help.
C'était un singe?
Good work, May.
Thanks! Watch your back!
Get the civilians to the ship.
You got it! What was that?
Watch out, it's butt spot.
Take cover!
Who put all those red barrels under the street?
May, stay with me! Winston!
May,
We can't stay here.
Tracer, get everyone out of here. I'll hold the line.
But you said to stick together.
Don't worry. I'll be right behind you.
You'd better be.
Hey, look, it's G.
Yes! The cavalry's here! Hello, Winston!
Echo!
Let's get you back in the fight.
Interlock shields!
How are we going to stop this thing?
May, your backpack!
That could work! Trissa, pulse bomb! Here you go!
This is getting hot!
Ready!
Go long!
Right! Got it!
Yeah, pretty long pulse bomb.
Victory is ours, my friends!
Hi, Lena. Brigitte? Oh my gosh, you've grown! Oh, everyone, this is May. Hi, everyone.
Nice to meet you.
Reinhardt.
Good to have you on board.
Thank you.
Monsieur, does this mean Overwatch is back?
Yes. Yes, we are.
But first, we're just gonna go AFK for about 2 years. It'll be fine. Meme hour. What, this one? Yeah, alright. Thick butt. Oh, look, Baby Yoda. Soldier 69. Oh, look, yes. Hi, Linus. What's Linus doing there? I don't know. Jeff from the Overwatch team. Oh my god.
Winston?
What's on your mind, May?
Do we have enough people for this mission?
As long as we stick together, we'll be fine.
What's up, everyone? This is...
My god.
If you're going to show,
Who made this monstrosity?
now would be a good time.
Attention! This is your captain speaking. We are on final approach to Paris.
That's our cue.
You may now power on your electronic devices. Weather is mostly cloudy, with a 100% chance of null sector invasion. Winston, clear as a spot to land.
No.
What you say to me?
You.
Oh, the Minecraft.
Why is null sector attacking?
I have crippling depressive. Bananas. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Of course.
Gentlemen?
Oh yeah. Good work, May.
Thanks! Watch your back!
Get the civilians to the ship.
You got it! What was that?
Hey, what's the guys that scares here?
Metal Gear.
Taste the rainbow, motherfucker! Take cover!
When RGB goes too far.
Men, stay with me! Winston!
Low lice.
She needs healing. We can't stay here.
Tracer, get everyone out of here. I'll hold the line.
But you said to stick together.
Don't worry. I'm already Winston.
You'd better be.
Tickle gun. Yes.
That's a thick ass boy!
Michael here.
Kendry.
credits.
Sub-bitch.
Meteor strike!
Let's get you back in the fight.
You normies!
Interlock shield! Someone call the ambulance.
May, your backpack!
Huh? That could work! Trissa, pause bomb! Please don't!
Laser you.
That's hot.
Ready!
Go on!
Nice.
Got it!
Slap my hand.
That's a lot of damage. How about a little more? No, that's a lot of damage.
Counter-terrorists win. I say problem.
Victory.
Yes.
Victory is ours, my friends!
Hi, Lena. Brigitte? Oh my gosh, you've grown! Oh, everyone, this is May. Hi, everyone.
Nice to meet you. Good to have you on.
Thank you.
Monsieur, does this mean Overwatch is back?
Moira dancing. Alright, good.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Yeah, Lizard Entertainment. Yeah, that was really well done. I've seen a few ones like that that just are kind of gross and aren't very funny. They're just cringe, but that one was really good. This one was made by the same guy as well. So. Oh yeah, nice.
Status report.
Target in sight, Captain.
We've waited a long time for Maximilian to show his face. It's now or never.
No pressure then. I've got some new friends.
You're clear to engage. Strike team, move in and take out Maximilian's cover.
Call ahead. Move the pokey payload.
Hello there.
Finish him!
Oh, He's getting away!
This will get a lot harder if he reaches the safe house.
Then let's make sure he doesn't.
You're up, Winston.
I'm on it.
Remember, we need Maximilian alive. He's our only good lead on.
I'm Keith. I'm not the one you should worry about.
Damn double body.
Angela!
I need healing.
Here in my garage, just bought this here.
He's gone.
Don't worry, he won't get far on.
Don't get cocky. That storm is getting close, and Maximilian is as resourceful as they get. I trust you. Just try not to blow up anything else.
Ha! No promises. Going somewhere, Max?
Is this really necessary? Surely we can make some kind of deal.
You are in no position to negotiate.
You're coming with us.
I need healing.
We know all about you and your healing.
Oh, I have many healings. Perhaps it's not clear what I have to offer. My resources are quite substantial. Let me ask, what might you be in the market for?
An introduction.
Ah, and who is it you would like to meet?
And they say chivalry is dead.
Wow.
And they say chivalry is dead.
Well, we should swap to this now, I think. Just in case that's copyrighted. We've only got 8 minutes to go. I'll put the jazz bed on for now. I don't want to miss a thing. Here's the new look things that they haven't updated since 2019. You know, this is still identical. They haven't changed it at all. Tracer's new look is nice though. I do like it. Not sleeker. Got Genji with his hoodie. You just put on some clothes, and that's pretty much it. He's just not naked anymore, you know? Yep. Grab some drinks and snacks and whatever. I won't do anything for the next few minutes, so you got time to get stuff ready if you need to. Yeah. DVD beep beep. His little armor piece between his legs shrunk a bit in the new look. It's got a line and two circles. Yeah, I know. Just, you know, pointing out details. 5 minutes. And does Blizzcon end like into the early hours of the morning? So yeah, I won't be watching it all. Yeah, that 1:30. I'm not gonna be here that long. Yeah, I realized that, Haley. I'm not used to sharing my screen. The thing is, try to avoid display capture wherever possible. That would be my tip. I mean, I could do this differently by only capturing the browser itself rather than display capture. So if I did, for example, window capture, and then just did Chrome instead, that would make sure that anything else I show on my screen is only visible to me. Yep, that works better. Yeah. Yeah, if you need to go pee or something, do it now. We've got about 2 minutes left before the thing starts. No. Your channel died. Lol. Didn't you get banned? Good times, good times. Yep, very rude. Now, my PCs tend to disagree on what time it is. My gaming PC says it's 21:59, and my streaming PC says it's 21:58. So I don't know. Yeah, that comment might already be gone. Notifications will pop up for stuff that's been deleted after they posted it, you know. So. Don't be Haley. My hair is always a mess, but I love it anyway. Okay, we're going. Jeff? Hello? They haven't started it yet. Oh, that's Play Overwatch. Wait, I'm on the wrong channel. Blizzcon.
To a different world.
I am a part of something bigger, a part of something beautiful.
As an autistic person, video games give me a place where I could be in a world that made sense to me.
I will tell you that all of my family play video games.
Me and my brothers, we would share the computer 1 hour at a time.
저는 제 와이프랑 게임을 가장 많이 해요.
I'm really enjoying playing video games with my dad.
My children.
My little sister. That connection between video games, allowing us to converse with each other, added a lot to our relationship.
Games like the World of Warcraft let me meet people that I probably never would have.
I can honestly say I met some of my best friends through playing games.
We have this connection that allows us to share our joys, to share our achievements, to share our growth together.
Every time I'm able to achieve something, I'm able to make myself proud.
Killing heroic Blackhand back in Warlords of Draenor was one of my favorite memories.
I managed to find that one hidden pylon with my one Mutalisk.
We beat hardcore Inferno Diablo.
I was able to hit gold in competitive in Overwatch.
I had someone say, oh, I can't
gold,
for a girl.
Wow.
And I beat that guy.
So I was able to slay this warlock as a little gnome holy priest, freaking out and screaming the whole time.
Adrenaline through my body was going crazy.
Pela caminhada ter sido tão prazerosa e pela conquista ter vindo.
A gente se sentiu muito, caramba, a gente conseguiu algo incrível aqui.
I killed the Lich King! I killed the Lich King!
然后我夺冠的时候，现场的女性工作人员，包括有些男的工作人员，他们都哭了。
Many years ago, I was doing a quest in Terracar Forest, and a lovely little mage came up and said, would you like a hand? They helped me for the rest of the day. We've been married now for over a decade.
Those video games filled a void. They filled the friendships that I didn't have. There isn't a huge LGBTQIA+ community in my city. So when I was able to play a video game, I was able to start talking with people who didn't really care that I was a gay male.
But video games were my escape. When I was a teenager, my dad was diagnosed with ALS, and I looked to video games as a way to escape from that sort of reality. Everything happens for a reason, and I'm just glad video games were there for me.
I'll never stop playing video games.
There's no way.
I imagine myself one day being an 80-year-old grandpa gamer.
Playing video games has shaped me. I don't think I would be who I am today.
My passion, my interest, my excitement, they belong.
Video games opened for me the world, and because of that, I'm forever thankful.
And I can't wait to see what the next generation holds.
Welcome to BlizzCon Line, a celebration of 30 years of Blizzard communities and 30 years of Blizzard games. 30 years is so many years, and last year maybe felt like one of the longest of all. But throughout the years of Blizzard Entertainment, from 1991 to today, many of us can associate certain games with milestones in our lives. Maybe you were a little kid the first time you played The Lost Vikings.
I'm just...
Or in high school,
voicing my opinion of this
Diablo
guy.
Game.
You know?
Or maybe you met your partner while you were playing World of Warcraft. That's the awesome thing about video games. They give us experiences that are relevant to the times in our lives and experiences that we carry forward with us. Games are here for us during good times, and they're here for us even when we feel alone or maybe uncertain. Games are coming home, familiar, comfortable, with a connection and a sense of belonging. And while many of us spent most of 2020 in our actual real-life homes, games became even more of a place to get
This
away.
guy said, in
Be free from
reference
outside
to
concerns.
WoW Classic before it existed,
Even
you
if
think
just
you
for a
want it,
little while.
but you don't.
So
he also did a
is
total
pretty weird.
non-apology about the whole Hearthstone
Usually,
Pro getting
when we start
banned
BlizzCon,
situation.
the opening call is to my favorite Warcraft faction, the Alliance. Or my favorite faction, the Horde. I get confused. Usually, I'd be speaking to 40,000 of you in person at the Anaheim Convention Center and millions of you around the world. And usually, that would be a perfect way to celebrate. But nothing about the last year has been usual. The pandemic has been hard on everyone, and for many different reasons. But if there's one thing that the last year has
Yeah,
taught
it is
us,
pre-recorded.
it's that being apart
That's the beauty of
physically
an online one.
doesn't stop us from moving forward. It doesn't stop us from connecting with our player friends around the world, diving in as warriors and heroes, and checking on each other as humans. It doesn't stop us from sharing our latest epic gaming story or celebrating those of others. Games continue to unite us. Now, to be honest, I wasn't sure how well Blizzard could work from home. There are thousands of people, all needing to work together in creating our universes, games, and experiences. Never has it felt more true that it takes a Blizzard to make a Blizzard game. And in 2020, it became clear that the magic of creating at Blizzard isn't just tied to a physical location. It's tied to the people who work here, and I continue to be
And it
so
isn't
proud
tied to
of
competitive
each and
wages
every one of
either.
them. Thank you, Blizzard. We create these games and pour all of our energy and heart into them, but it is you, the Blizzard community, that brings them to life. And that's why BlizzCon Line is a celebration of you, the guild leaders, healers, DPS, tanks, innkeepers, Zerg, Terran, Protoss, Blackwatch, Shimada, the heroes of Sanctuary and of the Storm. These next few days are for you, our Blizzard community. For World of Warcraft,
Oh, I should.
we'll be showing you what's
And the-
next
and
for
the,
both Shadowlands and Classic. I'm sure you're all burning in anticipation for that one. Hearthstone is getting back to its
And the
roots in
category
a
as well.
major way. We can't wait to show you how. We also have news for our Diablo community. Some of you were able to dip your toes into the depths of hell in the Diablo Immortal Technical Alpha. I really enjoyed seeing players embrace the multiplayer aspect of meeting in town. We can't wait for more of
Okay.
you to get your hands
Done.
on it.
Thanks
So,
for the reminder, Haley.
only the beginning of the year, And already there is so much to look forward to, even though we can't yet be together in person. The Overwatch League will be kicking things off in spring, and we'll be watching closely to see if the San Francisco Shock can continue their championship run. World of Warcraft esports is
Did I mess
back
up?
with the Arena World Championship and Mythic Dungeon International already in full swing in Shadowlands. StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3 esports are going strong with our friends at the ESL Pro Tour. And qualifiers are already
The strategy
underway
check was
for the
automatic.
first online
I didn't put
stop
that there,
of
and
the
I can't get rid of it
2021
either.
Hearthstone Masters Tour, with the first event taking place next month. But before we get too far ahead, let's take a look one last time to when times were a little simpler. In the early 1990s, the internet was a baby. CD sales had finally eclipsed cassette tapes. Cassette tape, it's a rectangle piece of plastic, and there's a tape inside, and music would get recorded on, and sometimes you needed a pencil to wind it and make it tight. I know, it sounds crazy. We were all playing video games on Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, DOS, or Mac PCs. I personally was a master of config sys and autoexec bat. So many simple things in simple times. If only we could relive them.
The stage is set. The green flag drops. Let the carnage begin. Holy Toledo! What a collection! Now we're talking. What a play! Crank up the volume! Unbelievable!
I've never played these games before, so...
Whoa!
These are original Blizzard games. Like their first 3 games they made.
The Blizzard Arcade Collection, featuring the Lost Vikings, Rock and Roll Racing, and Blackthorn. These are ports of the games just as you remember them, allowing
I don't
you
remember
to
them at all.
relive the original
So-
experience of all 3 titles in 13 different languages, with a couple of quality of life upgrades. As an example, we include very modern, cutting-edge functionality that wasn't available in the early 90s, both saving and loading of games. And for those of you who purchased any Blizzard Digital Anniversary Bundle via Battle.net, you'll automatically receive the Blizzard Arcade Collection on PC today.
Oh, nice. Free!
You ready to hear about some other video games? Let's hear what's next for World of Warcraft.
If you bought the anniversary collection thing, you get that for free as well.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. No matter where you are, World of Warcraft unites us all.
We'll get Overwatch
Whether you're exploring the
soon-ish,
Shadowlands,
maybe.
classic Azeroth, or another part of the Blizzard
Watch them
universe,
not talk about it at
I'm
all.
glad you could make it, because we've got a lot of good stuff to show you. But first, let's start with some Covenant pride.
It's not Jeff.
Kyrian, take flight. Night Fae, let the hunt begin. Necrolords, to war! Vintha, let's party. The world has thrown a lot at us since the last BlizzCon. And the thing that's really kept everyone going on the WoW team
No idea
has
what
been
he's talking
connecting with all of you. The bonds we forge with our guilds and family and friends in WoW are powerful and real. As WoW enters its 16th year and Blizzard celebrates its 30th anniversary, we're so grateful to have the most dedicated and friendly communities in gaming. Let's recap the events in Azeroth. In WoW Classic, we fought an endless battle for South Shore and Tauren Mill. We banded together to open the gates of
Our entire
Ankh-Morpork
Overwatch team got
and joined
abducted by
forces to
aliens
take
for 2
down
years.
Kel'Thuzad
Whoops.
in his floating citadel of Naxxramas. In Shadowlands, we helped our Covenant recover from the Anima drought, brought on by Sire Denathrius, master of the Vinthier and traitor to the Pantheon of Death. We survived the halls of Torghast and crafted legendary gear in our efforts to expel Denathrius from his castle lair. But innocent souls are still wrongfully being sent to the Maw.
He
They
might
face
as well
an
just be
eternity
making
of
fart
torment,
noises
and
with
heroes
his
like
mouth,
Anduin
my
remain
opinion.
chained in its depths.
Because I don't care.
The jailer continues to grow in power. He's preparing to break free from the Maw and complete his plan to unmake the entire Warcraft universe. And Sylvanas, you may be wondering what she's been up to all this time. Today, we're excited to unveil our first major content update for Shadowlands, Chains of Domination.
Look around you!
What makes you believe you're not just a weapon to achieve his ends?
Enough! Join our cause, or be made to serve.
Right now, you hold all the power. Make your choice, Sylvanas Windrunner.
Okay, Hayden.
Despite all our efforts, the Maw continues to grow. What if Denathrius' treachery is irreparable? The Primus is lost, and Bastion cannot save the Shadowlands alone.
None of this should have happened.
Perhaps the Winter Queen could.
My Archon, a living soul seeks an audience.
A mortal?
A king. By all our measures, one who has spent his life striving for justice. One who would give anything to serve his people. One whose heart is true.
Very well. He may approach. Step forward. My Ascended have spoken of you. The King, held captive in the Maw.
That prison could not hold me forever.
Why have you come to Bastion?
You have a key that I need.
You will release this soul from your grasp.
No. He is bound to me.
Just as you once sought to bind your own brother.
Hey, JD.
The vessel performed its part flawlessly. 3 keys remain. Then they will see
That is so intense.
I'll take
I know
your
you
word for
probably
it.
have a lot of questions about what you just saw and what it means for the next stage of your Shadowlands journey. Later today, my teammates Ian and Jeremy will be telling you more about Chains of Domination in our Shadowlands update. Please check out the World of Warcraft channel to find out more. Next, I'm excited to share our upcoming World of Warcraft charity pet program. We've heard a lot from our community about how much they love these pets and the opportunity to
You could give the revenue from all the
with
pets
ideas
to
make the
charity.
program even better. So during this upcoming campaign, you'll be able to donate whatever amount you wish to directly support our chosen charity. Once donations
Hey,
reach
give
our
us
goal,
more tax write-offs,
everyone
thanks.
playing World of Warcraft will get a pet for their collection as a thank you, whether you were able to contribute personally or not.
That's actually
And
cool.
to make this a fun challenge, if we reach a stretch goal, everyone gets a second pet too. And here they are. The first pet is Bananas, literally. He was originally available to a select few back in Burning Crusade era, so we're excited to give everyone a chance to adopt him.
Hey, look at how few
And if
polygons
we reach
he
our
has.
stretch goal, you'll also get Daisy the Sloth. She's an all-new pet who'll hang around your neck when you need a hug. Your donations
that's
during this
neat.
campaign will go to support the medical humanitarian organization Doctors Without Borders, also known by their French name, Médecins Sans Frontières, or MSF. They're an amazing group doing important
That is a
work
good charity,
around the
yeah.
world. We're grateful to have such a generous community, and we hope you'll help support this worthy cause. We'll be sharing the details about
Yeah,
the
they'd never
charity pet
actually donate to
program
the charity
on the World of Warcraft
just
website
on their own.
soon. So we've talked quite a bit about Shadowlands. Classic
They're not
players,
gonna use their own
now
money.
it's your turn. It's my pleasure to hand off to my teammate, Holly Longdale. She's a longtime WoW player, a veteran MMO developer, and she's going to tell us what's in store for WoW Classic.
Hi, everybody. First, I'd like to thank all of you who have ever been part of the WoW community over the years. You know, online worlds like WoW have been a huge part of our lives for decades
You think you want
now. As
Classic,
a
but you don't,
dedicated
said
MMO
Jay.
fan and a developer myself, I remember hearing that Blizzard was going to be making their own MMO. And I thought, well,
Now
I
they're
guess I'll
very
check
on
out that
board with it,
beta.
aren't they?
And sure, we all call the game WoW. But really, wow. I could not believe I got bit by the MMO bug again. I was so excited to be able to make a Night Elf Hunter and be like that famous Dark Elf Ranger from the books that I loved. I have to tell you, Azeroth was, and still is, a place I love to live. Since last year, I've had the great honor to work alongside the WoW Classic team to bring these nostalgic experiences back to life for longtime fans and a whole new generation of players. As a fan myself, I've had so much fun in WoW. From the simple things like drive-by buffing or making friends on that long haul from Teldrassil to Ironforge, all the way to the absolutely staggering, like when I jumped blindly through the Dark Portal and was running through Hellfire Peninsula, heard this terrifying noise, and then saw the Fell Reaver. Biggest roamer I had ever seen, and I was very glad I had feigned death in that moment. And that's the thing about WoW. These stories and experiences we all share keep
And she
us
looks
coming
pretty
back
tall as well.
time after time. With that said, I'm super excited to be able to share with you where our adventures are taking us next.
Is that the call from R8 or E8? Yeah, TBC. Okay.
You dare enter my realm.
Windmills here. Count the polygons, yeah. Did they just use the original Burning Crusade trailer? Because that's what this looks like.
Your foolishness has brought you to this end. Take my blood and choke on it.
Death to the outsiders!
Burning Crusade
your world upside down.
Came out in 2005.
You are not prepared.
Before some of you were even born.
Brings back so many memories, right? Like exploring the fungal forests of Zangarmarsh, or being awestruck at the chaotic magic alive in Netherstorm, the Draenei in Exodar, the Blood Elves in Silvermoon. I love playing them both. Do you choose to enlist the Aldor or the Scryers in your quest to fight the Legion? And of course, we can't forget gathering all your friends to fight Illidan at the top of the Black Temple. I can't wait to relive it all with you. Since the team first set out on their own quest to bring the original WoW back to life, we have learned a ton about what players are expecting from this kind of experience. We've also learned when to keep things just as they were, and where we all might be open to some changes. We're bringing all these lessons into Burning Crusade Classic, with our primary goal to bring back the same feeling you had when you faced the Fel Reaver for the first time, or when you were digging through piles of Felhound poop. Of course, we can't get this right without you, our incredible community.
You can
Soon,
try.
you'll be able to revisit Outland yourself when beta starts and tell us what you think. Later, all WoW Classic players are going to be presented with a meaningful choice for each one of your beloved characters. Do you want to move on into Burning Crusade Classic? Or do you want to stay in the original Classic era forever? Whatever you decide, you can do it all with your one WoW subscription. Now, I know I've thrown a lot at you, but don't worry. We'll be getting into the details in our panel later today. So
it's good that they're giving people a choice.
We'll make sure you are prepared.
And not just for the entire
we're
account,
hear
but for
what's
each
coming
individual
up in
character.
Hearthstone.
That's good. I appreciate them giving players choice like that. Even though I don't care. That's more choice is good for the people that do.
Greetings. We're truly excited to share with you everything that's coming to Hearthstone this year. But first, let's take a quick look back.
I remember in 2019 there were like 3 people cheering
we
about
added our
Hearthstone, and
first
that
new
was
class, the Demon Hunter, and ventured into the ruthless Outlands. Then we went to Skullman's Academy and got to explore dual class cards and their powerful synergies. And with our third expansion of the year, we brought you Hearthstone's biggest update ever, alongside the menacing Old Gods in Madness at the Darkmoon Fair. We launched a brand new game mode, Duels, that saw more than 10 million matches on its first day. We also introduced our long-awaited achievement system and made a significant overhaul to the rewards and progression within the game. Now, it's time to say farewell to the Year of the Phoenix and see what's in store for Hearthstone this year.
Haven't played Hearthstone in years.
Welcome to the Year of the Griffin. Over the last couple of years, we've made big changes to Hearthstone. Throughout the Year of the Griffin, we want to keep delivering fun, new experiences and make sure that the tens of millions of you playing Hearthstone are always excited to log in. First up, we'll be giving the standard format its biggest shake-up
Tens
ever,
of millions.
with the launch
That's
of the core
deceptive.
set later this year. The core set replaces the old basic and classic sets with a collection of 235 cards made up of some of the best from throughout the years, as well as 29 awesome brand new cards. And the best thing about the core set is that it's entirely free. So, there's never been a better time to get into Hearthstone. Here are 3 of Hearthstone's legendary dragons, reimagined to feel more up-to-date and competitive for modern-day Hearthstone. Ysera the Dreamer. You'll finally receive her full arsenal of dream cards right away. She's a nightmare for your opponents. Malygos the Spellweaver. He'll fill your hand with spells and is a powerful late-game play. Worthy
Oh,
of
so
the
you can
aspect
fatigue
of
yourself.
magic.
Nice.
And finally, everyone's favorite black dragon, Deathwing. He's still as destructive as ever, but timed correctly, he won't leave you empty-handed. We'll also be launching a brand new format, Classic, where you can play Hearthstone as it was when it first launched. The Classic format will be fully supported,
Well, May thinks that's
complete
cool.
with ranks and rewards using Hearthstone's original set of cards. So, if you want to relive the old school experience, then Classic is the place for you. With Classic revisiting the past, now let's take a look to the future and explore the first expansion of the year of the Griffin.
Amazing!
Indeed.
For a hero of the Horde, all roads lead to the crossroads. You have come for adventure. But the Barons wants to break you. Your axe must be sharp. Your wits must be keen. And your heart must be mighty.
Come out, you bastards! I'll fight the lot of you!
It's almost like that was a part of the trailer, right?
Strength and honor. This is who we are.
Have they done the Overwatch panel yet? They're still in the opening
That's
ceremony.
right. We're headed to one of Warcraft's most iconic locales, the Barrens, and we'll come face to face with the heroes that inhabit it. Starting with one of the Horde's most iconic and well-known characters, a fierce loyalist, one-time war chief that embodies the honor.
This guy
loyalty,
has got none
and
of the charisma
spirituality
that Ben
of the
Brode
Horde.
had.
Shadowhunter Vol'jin. Shadowhunter Vol'jin is a neutral legendary that allows you to either bolster your own board or weaken that of your opponents. And to celebrate the announcement of Forged in the Barrens, this card is available for free for everyone later today. So log into Hearthstone and claim your free
No,
copy of
I don't
Shadowhunter
care.
Vol'jin.
Why would I need a card for a game I
as a
don't
bonus,
play?
We're also giving away the brand new 30 years of Blizzard card back. Next, we have another hero of the Horde who is making his first appearance in Hearthstone. The legendary Blade Master, Samuro, featuring the new keyword, Frenzy. Frenzy activates the first time a minion takes damage and survives. In Samuro's case, this can be used to clear your opponent's board. Heroes of the Horde, like Samuro, are famous for their combat prowess, but others, like Thrall, are known for their powerful elemental magic. Take a look at this new shaman spell, Chain Lightning. Chain Lightning is a spell in a new cycle of cards that rank up and become more powerful when you have 5 and 10 mana, ensuring that they're always useful at every stage in the game. You'll also notice that they're categorized as nature spells, With Forged in the Barrens, we'll be permanently introducing spell tools across the entire game, which enables a whole host of exciting new strategies. And don't worry, members of the Alliance will be featuring some of
the thing
your
is, this
most
is the
beloved
opening
heroes
ceremony.
and locales
It would be
later
everywhere,
this year.
in every hall. So you just have to
But
sit through it.
what I love most about the Warcraft universe is its amazing characters.
Well,
And our final
suppose you could go around and
is
have
our
a look
most
at all this
ambitious
stuff.
addition to Hearthstone yet. It introduces a brand new way to
But it
play
wouldn't be open.
with your favorite heroes. Hearthstone Mercenaries. Mercenaries features strategic RPG gameplay, where you build teams consisting of some of the most iconic heroes and villains from the Warcraft universe, including timeless characters like the infamous Sylvanas Windrunner, and Ragnaros, the elemental lord of fire. You can also expect to see some of Hearthstone's fan favorites, like the unstoppable Devilsaur, King Crush, and the ever-growing Gruul the Dragon Slayer. You'll lead them in battle through highly replayable roguelike missions, where the map is randomly generated every time you play, and each node represents a unique challenge for your team to take on. Your heroes gain levels, new abilities, equipment, and can even evolve into more powerful versions of themselves. We're thrilled to finally show you Hearthstone Mercenaries. It is scheduled to launch later this year, and we'll have more to share with you down the road. Everything you've seen today is just a taste of what's coming in the Year of the Griffin.
There isn't much time left.
So don't forget to tune in to our deep dive
There isn't
panel
much time left.
after the opening ceremony, where we'll share more details on the core set, the new classic format, Forged in the Barrens, and our plans for Battlegrounds and Duels, as well as our upcoming single-player content. I want to thank the team for their amazing work. And on behalf of all of us at Hearthstone, we want to thank the many millions of you who play our game. Your dedication and support is what drives us to make awesome updates and pursue ambitious and fun ideas. We can't wait to kick off the Year of the Griffin with all of you.
He means
And we hope
millions
to see
because
you
it's a
in
free
the game
game,
soon.
and anyone who has a Battle.net account
Next up, you'll get
technically
an
has
update
access to
on all
Hearthstone.
things Diablo.
We're also talking about Diablo, because this is the Diablo Blizzcon.
Hey everyone, thank you very much for joining us. I am so excited to kick off the Diablo segment of our show, and I am honored to be here on behalf of all of our Diablo teams to share the news and updates we have in store for you today.
They probably won't even talk
We've
about
got
Overwatch
a
in
lot
the opening
of Diablo to cover,
ceremony.
and I hope you'll agree
It's
with
all in
me
the
that it's a
panel.
great time to be a member of this community. All right, let's kick things off with Diablo 4. We first shared our game with you during Blizzcon of 2019, and we've been truly humbled by your response. We've kept in touch through
Diablo is
quarterly
a
updates
dungeon
and
crawler.
sincerely appreciate the thoughts and
Action
valuable
RPG.
feedback you've provided as we unveil more and more of the game and share in its development. After all, Diablo belongs to you as much as it belongs to us. Most recently, we teased an update to our campfire screen, and savvy fans, of course, understood that we meant more than just the character lighting and fire visual effects. That's right. Today, we're happy to announce a brave new soul joining the barbarian, the sorcerer, and the druid on this dangerous journey back to Sanctuary. A class is one of the most exciting things you can announce in a Diablo game. This one is especially exciting to me, as it's a re-envisioning of one of the first classes to ever appear in the series. Let's have a look.
Diablo is pretty good. I've spent a good time in Diablo 3.
There is justice within the light, but you have to be patient. Now, pray with me. May Akarat guide and protect me.
May Akarat guide and protect me.
May he shepherd my soul.
May he shepherd my saw.
And granted mercy.
And granted mercy.
What are you doing here? This is not the time.
But this is confession. And I have sinned. I was a thief who stole from those more fortunate. I strayed from your light and found my trade in the shadows. They call it murder. I say, job well done. I am a thief, a heretic, a murderer, Father. Will Akarat save me?
You mock our light. But those monsters were a scourge upon my flock. And you were the answer to their prayers.
Then we are settled. And you owe me.
The name you seek is... Thank the heavens for you.
Heavens? I assure you, Father, the heavens didn't send me.
Announce an Overwatch mobile game.
The sound of that ear getting pierced by the hook is so brutal. I feel like it's gonna haunt me for a long time. I've been a huge fan of the Rogue ever since the original Diablo. Even seeing them come back as NPCs and mercenaries in Diablo 2's Rogue Encampment served as a great bridge between the games. With the setting of Diablo 4 being a larger world than we've ever played in before, we're excited to show you not just what the successors to the original rogues in the series have been up to since the fall of their order, but also what some of the other rogues in the world of Sanctuary might look like. The mantra for Diablo 4 has been customization first, and the rogue takes this to a whole new level. From the beginning, the rogue has been an incredibly flexible class, able to adapt to any situation. Our goal is to let you create the kind of rogue that you want to play. Whether it's an unrivaled archer modeled after the original Sisterhood, or a cloak and dagger rogue from the darkest alleys of Chaldeum, in Diablo 4, you will have the freedom to create the rogue that you imagine by customizing the looks, the background, and the playstyle of your character. Please stick around for our segment later today, where I'll be joined by other members of the Diablo 4 team to share a closer look at the rogue class, as well as some of the open world gameplay that we're bringing to the game. Spoilers, those severed ears are not just for show. But Diablo 4 is not the only Diablo game we're talking about today. If you're looking for an authentic Diablo experience,
if you
on mobile,
happen to have
we've
a
got you
phone,
covered. Diablo Immortal has everything you'd expect from a AAA action RPG. From the visceral combat and epic loot to an all-new story, bridging the gap between the events of Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. Later today, you can join the Immortal team, where they'll talk about some of the things they've learned from their recent alpha test and what's next for the game. But that's still not all.
45 butts
We have
in.
one last bit of very exciting Diablo news to cover. When you hear us talk about the classes, the items, or the stories of the early Diablo games, you may have picked up on the absolute reverent tone we reserve for that golden era of Diablo. Maybe you share that love of the classics, and just hearing us talk about them makes you want to take on Mephisto or Baal one more time. Or maybe even for the first time. After all, some of our favorite moments happened a long time ago, and not just in Sanctuary years. If so, we have a special surprise for you today.
It's not
Let's
a
check
surprise
it
at
out.
all. It's been leaked so many times, it's just not a surprise anymore. It's just a... Ah, finally.
Now you know what I seek, Marius.
Are these the demons from... Don't do it! It seems not
I'm not acceptable of what they've done to me. Arise, Diablo, Lord of Terror.
Though this be our darkest hour, it may yet be your greatest moment.
Remastered the hell out of this. Cross progression. If they can do it for Diablo, they can do it for Overwatch. Sign up for the PC Tech Alpha. Oh, really?
After more than 20 years, the Dark Wanderer has returned. And once again, he travels east. Always east. Diablo 2 is a landmark game for Blizzard. Diablo 2 Resurrected is a full HD remaster
This bat again. Bat
of both
away.
the original game and the expansion,
Good one, Bat Spot.
Lord of Destruction. It takes the 2D sprite-based classic that we love.
It's a turtle.
Brings it into the present.
It's a
in
turtle.
3D, utilizing up-to-date graphical rendering
Tortoise.
and lighting technologies.
It's a
It
tortoise.
also includes modernizing all 27 minutes of cinematics, recreated shot for shot, with the explicit intention of preserving both the look and the pacing of the original movies. Blizzard has a long history of games that we're proud of.
Looks like
And
his
when we
mum
think
dressed him
about Diablo
in the
2,
dark.
we
I mean,
think
look
about
at his
it
shirt.
as
It's
the
uneven.
definitive pillar
One side
in
is
our
higher than the
foundation.
other.
Now, it's funny to think that some of you weren't even born when D2 was released, which makes it all the more important that we deliver an authentic experience wherever you play. We want everyone to relive their memories or experience the game for the very first time on their platform of choice. And so we're excited to bring Diablo 2 Resurrected to PC and console, along with cross progression. And for those of you who are in love with the original and you just wish it worked more seamlessly on modern computers, you can bring back all of that nostalgia exactly as you remember. and enjoy the game in its original 2D form, much like we did with StarCraft Remastered. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about. Later today, Diablo speedrunner Mr. Llama will host a roundtable with members of the development team on the dedicated Diablo channel.
You know,
if you are a Diablo 2 fan, I encourage you to take a look.
The opening ceremony is overrun, even though it's pre-recorded.
So, from Diablo 2 Resurrected, to Burning Crusade Classic, to the Blizzard Arcade Collection, it's a whole lot of looking back. And while we have teams dedicated to bringing these timeless experiences into your hands, it's actually a very small percentage of our developers working on these projects. Far more people are working on the future of Blizzard. And in addition to what we'll be talking about during the show, we can't wait to tell you even more about our plans over the course of this year and beyond. If you had asked us 30 years ago what gaming would look like today, none of us could have predicted the current Blizzard lineup of games.
Oh, they're showing a clip from Overwatch that they didn't even talk about? Oh,
but
good.
It's really what those advances have enabled that's even more incredible. If you think about the people who play games and the communities that have grown up around them, the way people can connect instantly, no matter where they
Roll
are.
credits. That's all the Overwatch content we're getting today. GG. I like Overwatch characters. Look, Overwatch.
Who they are.
That's not
through
Overwatch.
Their favorite games, communities,
World of Warcraft.
and platforms. The explosion of things like streaming.
Yeah, is the end of the opening ceremony, basically. They haven't mentioned
It would have
Overwatch
been hard to imagine
at all,
any
pretty
of
much.
that 30 years ago.
Pretty much at all.
And at Blizzard, that is what excites us about the next 30 years. There is so much that we're working on. And some of it you already know about. The rest, we look forward to talking to you about it when the time is right.
What, like
Just
Overwatch?
like the real world, the worlds of Warcraft, Diablo, StarCraft,
We
Heroes
get
of
a
the
whole
Storm,
panel next.
Overwatch,
Don't worry.
and Hearthstone are diverse, expansive, and full of potential. We are
So
not
they've got
only
no major
iterating
announcements
on
about
the
Overwatch 2,
experiences that you've come to expect
basically.
from us. We're also exploring different ways to express our worlds and welcome more players from more places into them. And we aspire to continue to lead on priorities like accessibility and toxicity control, and to continue supporting causes.
If you care
that have
about
a positive
toxicity
impact
control,
on the real
resign
world.
and put Jeff in charge.
We want to continue to bring those same feelings of joy and achievement that we all felt when we first defeated the Lich King, or beat Diablo on hardcore mode. Because when we geek out on those experiences with others, we can't help but see the similarities between us and feel what's possible when we play together. Of course, there are new Blizzard worlds that we haven't visited quite yet. And when we do finally unveil those games and experiences, our hope is that you will see in them what we do.
He's alluded
no
to
matter
new
who you
IPs.
Or where you're from,
I guess they're not announcing
they
them
are
this time.
spaces where you can create new stories, forge new friendships, and make memories worthy of lasting a lifetime. And through it all, our mission statement of being dedicated to creating the
You can
most
tell this
epic
is B-roll
entertainment
from 5 years ago because it had 25-year banners
along
in the
with our core
background.
values, led by gameplay first, will continue to guide our way. So on behalf of everyone at Blizzard, thank you for being on this journey. For me personally, it is the honor of my professional life to serve you, and the honor of all of us at Blizzard to be the caretakers of the worlds that you play in. We are so excited for what's to come this year, next year, and the next 30 years. Now, what's coming next for the show? Well, it depends on where you watch. For those of you looking for an update on Overwatch, check out the behind-the-scenes look into the development of Overwatch 2 over on their channel
He's
right after the
mentioned
conclusion
Overwatch.
of opening ceremonies. There, you'll hear about Overwatch 2, new content, new features, including new maps, hero missions, talent trees, and more of what we think will make Overwatch 2 a unique gameplay experience. For World of Warcraft, Diablo, and Hearthstone, you'll get a closer look on their respective channels. And on the dedicated strategy channel, some StarCraft legends will be going head-to-head in epic competition. Once again, welcome to Blizzcon Line. Be good to one another. Welcome home. Before we kick things off, here's a little something from a previous BlizzCon headliner.
If I'm not, is it on? Not yet. This is Lucio music, it's fine. Alright, we got 5 minutes until the Carbot thing, and then the behind the scenes of Overwatch 2 thing. I'm gonna go pee. Hello. My chair is a bit more furry than when I left it. Hey. Hello. Kitty cat. Kitty. But news where any news will happen in the panel, but it's likely just to be we're still working on it. See you later. Right, here it is. The thing between now and then.
Your death will. Morta Vespa Gaia Inum.
Help! Help! Strike with great vengeance.
Well, they completely glossed over Warcraft 1 and 2, eh? That's what it is.
You are not prepared.
This is a special animation by Carbot.
Hungers for your soul.
To mark 30 years of Blizzard. After that, we'll get the Overwatch 2 panel.
Your time has come. Strange. Greetings to you. Seems you're ready for the real thing.
Watch your back.
Hey, look at me!
Oh, looks like we got an audience.
I'm getting good at this. I am in the groove.
Turret online.
Surprise!
It's all in chronological order.
Piece of cake.
Let's find more out about Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2. Okay, whatever. No, don't care. Overwatch 2, come on. Here we go.
Welcome everybody to BlizzCon. We know that you all want to hear more about Overwatch 2. Allow us to invite you behind the scenes to explain more of what we're doing and why.
Everybody, please hit record. Fingers crossed. We lost Scott.
It's off to a good start.
This is going great.
We've been assembling one of the best teams that I have ever worked with.
I'm nervous.
And I'm so proud of the progress that we have made together.
We really liked the stylized drop down.
Imagine that it's coming forward, boom, boom, this starts to spin.
The scale and the scope of this game have meant that we've needed to grow substantially.
We have to... Sorry. Let me start over. Overall, I think we've done incredibly well as a team moving to work from home.
Oh, shadow play. There have definitely been challenges, but the team is really putting everything we've got behind this game.
To me, it's the next big step in the Overwatch universe. New heroes, game modes, major story beats.
With competitive and PvE, I see Overwatch 2 as the Overwatch for all of my friends.
You know, we're always inspired by what story and franchise development does with the animated shorts. We really wanted to bring that cinematic experience into the game.
You can invest in your heroes and grow them over time. I'm super geeked out about Overwatch
Did you see
2.
that talent tree? That was
Can't wait for
massive.
people to play this game. It just gets better and better.
There are some things that we just can't do without a sequel. So thank you so much for your patience so far, and I hope you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at Overwatch 2.
Okay, that was it. Good game. Thanks. Bye.
All of our players at home, they want to see one of the new maps that we've never talked about before.
Really? I can just talk about anything that I want to.
Yes.
You're serving this up to the guy that is like unintentionally leaked information in past interviews.
You can do it officially now.
Okay. So one of the maps that I'm most excited for in Overwatch 2 is our Rome map.
Ooh, Rome. Roaming
We
around
always
there.
want Overwatch to feel like this globe-trotting adventure for our players. So we're having a lot of fun coming up with the Overwatch version of Rome.
We wanted a very romantic, sort of this powerful feeling of old world architecture. One of the most exciting things for me is the early building of these maps, where we get to sit down together with key people from the environment team, level designers, effects groups. We'll spend some time talking about moments in the game that we really want to see, like the Colosseum or a grand view of the hills of Rome in the backdrop. And then we'll go back and do a paint over, or we'll do a concept painting of certain things based on that.
We try to draw inspiration from as many different sources as possible. For example, one of our environment artists had just taken a trip to Rome, and he returned with thousands of pictures and was so excited to work on a map set in Italy.
There's a lot of ancient architecture in Rome that represents the empire that it used to be. So we brought some of that back. Some of the things that are destroyed in real life, we kind of rebuilt in a kind of an Overwatch style.
It's one of the most beautiful pieces of environment art that I think we've made for the entire game, and it just absolutely took my breath away.
They've put all the effort into that one map, and that's it.
Can we reveal more maps?
Yes, Scott. Scott, why don't you have the honor? Why don't you reveal, like, is there an artified, like, let's pick an artified one.
I know what map I want to talk about. It's the one that I just get super excited about. New York City. New York City is just an amazing Overwatch location.
We're really striving to make it as authentic as possible while still putting this Overwatch spin on it.
There's a lot of amazing buildings and architecture pieces that just, especially for artists, stands out a lot. And they usually use this kind of Art Deco style from the 1920s, 1950s.
We started in an area that's a little bit like the Village. There's some smaller shops there. There's a fire station, little pizza places and things that people that are familiar with New York City will either recognize or maybe see the reference that we're trying to make with some of our different locations. It feels like something you haven't seen in other games before because it's uniquely Overwatch.
Excuse me?
Well, we should move on. Otherwise, we just have to reveal more maps. So we were talking about PvP. And, you know, one thing that I think is really interesting about PvP in Overwatch 2 is some of the philosophical changes we're making to the approach.
PvP feels different and new. We're upgrading our combat feel. The roles are playing differently. When it comes to all new maps, it's a pretty big departure from where we are on live right now. So I can't wait to see where we end up with it by the time we launch this thing.
We're also experimenting with the idea we call role passives, which are passive abilities that a hero can have based on what role they are. For example, currently in our internal builds, the tank heroes all have knockback reduction against them, and they also generate less ultimate charge for enemies that are shooting at them. Damage dealing heroes have a movement speed bonus, which is great for flanking around the map And healing heroes, support heroes have automatic healing that kicks in after they haven't taken damage for a while, very similar to Mercy's passive, but a little bit of a lower rate.
Okay.
One of the more shocking changes that we've been exploring in Overwatch 2 PvP is a change to the tank role entirely. That's applied to all of the tanks. We want to try to make them more toe-to-toe brawlers and less characters that just stand back and protect other people.
So, for example, for Reinhardt, we've given him 2 charges of Fire Strike, so he can throw Fire Strikes a lot more aggressively and more often. Also, his charge, he's able to cancel it now, and you can steer it more aggressively, so you can, you know, not quite turn a corner, but you can definitely more accurately pin targets. And because you can cancel it, it allows you to use it much more aggressively and, you know, really go after those key targets without feeling like you're going to sacrifice, you know, all of your positioning, everything to get there. He's almost more terrifying now with his be able to unleash his full arsenal more often than kind of just being the guy with a shield.
The changes to Reinhardt that we're trying, and they might not shift, that's just the reality, but the changes that we're trying right now are to try to embrace more of that instinct that players have when they want to play a big burly character that looks aggressive and feels like it should be aggressive.
Shortly after BlizzCon, we spun up this group, our combat field group, to really just work on what happens when a player holds the trigger.
We're putting a ton of effort into looking at all of our characters and trying to give them even a more visceral weapon feel.
From sound to VFX to animation to the design of these units, all new sounds for a lot of our weapons in the game, and a whole new sound system that's driving it. And we didn't just level up a unit, we leveled up the rest of the game.
When we first started working on Overwatch, you know, we spent quite a bit of time working on gunfire sounds and just general combat feel to make it feel really awesome. We're revisiting pretty much everything. Nothing's off the table, so we're looking at even kind of small things such as quick melee attacks that every hero has. So they have kind of new audio pass and a new kind of feel and visual effect when you hit things.
One of the bigger efforts we're undertaking for Overwatch 2 is what we're calling our Weapon 2.0 sound pass. What this is a big overhaul to the weapon systems in the game. That means the way the gun feels in your hands. You can feel the ammo running out as you're getting lower on the clip. We've really tried to amplify those sounds to better encapsulate the gameplay and the gunplay that comes with Overwatch 2. Another key for the weapons was getting them to feel like they're in the environment. This meant working with Convolution Reverb. It's a new system that we've implemented into Overwatch. It's a way that we can capture the acoustics of an environment and transport it onto the sounds that we're using. So we went and captured tales of guns in different environments through our weapon shoots. And then we've cut them and applied it so that we can support a lot more environments. Now we're supporting outdoor, urban outdoor, warehouse tales, tight tunnels, small rooms, and it gives a lot more presence to the weapons and the way that they react in the world.
The shooter genre has evolved a lot since Overwatch 1 came out. On top of that, I think we really want to push the visceral nature of how we do combat. So we focused a lot, not just on the wonderful sound effects, but also with how the gun moves as you shoot. You know, so you can really feel every single shot leaving the chamber. And there's a lot of subtle little tweaks we have to do on the gameplay engineering side to make that feel really visceral. Everything from making sure that the camera shakes are crisp, making sure that if you get shot, you know exactly these tight indicators show up on the outside of your reticle. All these things play into making the game feel not just tight and responsive, but also modern and up to date. Take 76, for example. What we wanted to do in Overwatch 2 with his weapon was make it really feel incredibly powerful, and that happens with a bunch of different elements that mix together. But it really feels like the gun is almost just outside of your control. A lot of that comes down to this camera shake technology, where every time you fire the weapon, you want to feel like it's running through your entire body, and the camera shake gives that extra bite to every single shot out of the chamber. It makes him feel really great.
You guys got a sneak peek of Sojourn from last BlizzCon. She's been under development for quite a while, and she's actually quickly at this point become a lot of people's favorites in-house. When we look back at Overwatch when it was originally created, there was a lot of heroes that were made from a
Sounds
gameplay
like
standpoint,
a
kind of
weapon
surrounding
charge
a weapon
kind of
type.
thing.
For example, Pharah was based on a rocket launcher hero. Widowmaker is clearly like kind of the sniper. We thought there was a weapon that was kind of missing that would be a lot of fun to play with, and that's a railgun. It's so much fun in the playtest to have this really powerful shot that can, rip through enemies if you really are accurate with it. And she's all about that aim skill. So if you got that aim skill, you'll love her.
We're still exploring new game modes, and we're also reevaluating older game modes that people are more critical of. We're of the mindset maybe 2CP doesn't exist in Overwatch 2, and maybe there's a new cool game mode that replaces it. We really want Overwatch 2 to feel like the next evolution, a true sequel to the first game, not an add-on. It's not a small part. It's not an extension of the original game. This is an evolution and a replacement to the original game, and I think it's exciting. Hero missions are probably one of the things that's the hardest to wrap your head around if you've never played one of them.
The goal around hero missions is for these to be this co-op PvE experience.
I personally only play competitive mode. Like, I'm all about that competition. And I have friends that they don't want to do that at all. So I'm really looking forward to a game that I can play hours and hours with my friends who aren't in competitive, and it's also something that I'm interested in.
Hero missions are the content that people are playing as they are leveling up their heroes. And so for a system like this to really sing, you need a lot of missions. We don't want players to feel like they're just in this grind to get to the top.
And there's a lot of really, really good back-end technology that we're exploring so that the heroes are constantly bringing their personality and some light story to these hero missions as well.
The goal is to make as many as possible, hundreds of hero missions. We've explored a lot of different ways of getting to that much content. Still have like different sets of enemy units that people will be fighting against, and there's different hero mission types. At the same time, hero missions can take place in all of the multiplayer maps that we've done, and we're also adding new spaces onto some of these maps.
That's what I reckon they do.
It's a huge challenge for the art team.
That
we take maps
through.
that a lot of people love and recognize, and we have to add a lot more art and level design to it.
In this one hero mission playtest, we came up to an area in King's Row that usually has a gate on it. Suddenly that gate opened and I saw a new area of King's Row that I had never seen before.
You may be playing a payload game type, and the payload may decide to take this new route instead of going the usual route.
That was really, really cool. It was like this eye-opening special moment.
Lan, our lead tech artist on the environment side, very early on her own free time, made a prototype of a sandstorm on the Temple of Anubis map.
And at the time, we didn't know what we wanted to do with that, but it looked awesome.
We looked at it and went, oh my God, we absolutely have to do this.
So we put some new technology in place that allows us to do this dynamically. You start the mission off, clear day. Midway through the mission, suddenly this sandstorm or heavy weather would show up.
It made the world just feel so much more alive.
PC is gonna explode.
There's a sunset, daytime, nighttime, but depending on where you are in the world, these look different. California or Hollywood would have what we call a California sun. New Bonnie, there's a great African sun that happens there. You start to get a sense of space and mood. This is what really brings the levels to life.
For me, the dynamic world's exciting. Just seeing these dramatic landscapes, the wind and the atmosphere blowing by. It's a much more cinematic experience for the player.
Before you start a mission, you look at a map. It's nighttime in Necropolis, or there's a sandstorm in Necropolis. Players can make some comp choices based on knowing this information. Characters like Hanzo or Widowmaker start to be a little more valuable because they have abilities that allow them to see through the sand more clearly.
Are we going to talk about any of the types of objectives in hero missions?
Yeah, let's talk about the objectives. players are being asked to do different things from one hero mission to the next so that they
Yeah,
all feel
Paris
really
will change.
fresh to the player.
For example,
They've
we
said
have Gather and
so.
Return, where you're trying to go and grab these different canisters to kind of safeguard them so they don't go off and affect the population in a negative way. It creates this really cool tension in the world where, on the one hand, you're trying to split up and go grab all these canisters to be as efficient as possible, but at the same time, now you're having these sort of special enemy units spawn that are really difficult, and if you kind of get caught by yourself, it turns into a pretty bad situation really quickly, and it feels extremely cooperative and like a very different way to interact with the Overwatch universe.
This will be available online to
We're
watch anytime.
experimenting with
so.
all sorts of ideas, and just internally we have names like Wall of Death, Scavenger Hunt, and Kill Quest, and all these new mechanics and enemies for people to experience. Players will be able to jump in night after night, play different hero missions, and then work through the progression system, leveling up their heroes.
At BlizzCon in 2019, we started to talk about progression, and we showed the very early version of our talent system, which I think was really cool. We had that one talent where like Meg became the rolling snowball, which was a big hit. We've really blown that system out.
I'm real excited about talents. You can play the same hero in so many different ways. Now with the skill tree, you can have fun every night doing different things and kind of experimenting.
Yeah, the talent system is like really deep and rich, and every single hero has different trees. You might open up 76's tree, and as you're leveling and picking new talents, you're starting to feel your
look, he has a
hero
beard
change.
now.
We've had some pretty hilarious versions of the healing one where his biotic field travels with him. It also repulses enemies. We called it the snowplow build, where 76 is like running through spaces, pushing enemies away from them.
Designing these is super fun because it's like we get to break all the rules that we've sort of established for ourselves, and we get to really take the gloves off and do crazy things like Junkrat can dual wield grenade launchers, and we've had Mercy be able to area effect res their whole team at once at super long range through walls. It's been a ton of fun.
Oh,
kinda
wow.
like mad
Mass
scientists
res is
making all this
back,
stuff.
baby.
You're all used to using these kind of kinetic weapons like Soldier 76's rifle or fire attack like what Reinhardt's Flame Strike does. As soon as you start to mutate these things with talents, all of a sudden maybe you're doing freeze damage or electrical damage. But it gives the animators a bunch of crazy opportunities. You know, the animations are going to change to show them freezing and shattering. And if you shock someone with a lightning attack, they can shake in place and stun, maybe chain to other enemies. All sorts of stuff to make you feel like you're controlling the battlefield in novel ways.
As a huge RPG nerd myself, the first time I opened up the talent tree systems, it was like, oh my gosh, this is speaking my love language. Like, I just want to plan, and I want to see like where do I want to invest and how am I going to play this character.
Yes, it's so great. And you start at the bottom of the tree. Like,
Yes,
oh my,
exactly.
like Tracer gets to do what?
Yeah.
And then you start working and kind of planning how you're going to get down there. It's like, it's so fun.
When we look back at BlizzCon 2019 and we talk about some of the criticisms that we had, one of them as a development team that we felt was that the combat was just not engaging enough. So the fact that our combat wasn't highly engaging to us as players meant that we had a problem with the enemy units and that they just weren't feeling interesting enough.
Just because we show something to the public, it doesn't mean that that is what it's going to be. If we make discoveries where things aren't working how we want, they're not reading how we want, they're not fun enough, we're totally down to reinvestigate, reiterate, and just really find ways to level kind of all aspects of things until they feel good.
I would say a major focus of all of 2020 was to make the null sector enemy units more engaging. And some of this was adding new units and evolving other units that we had.
Interesting combat for us is varied combat for us. So sometimes we're going to ask you to protect something in Overwatch 2. Sometimes we're just going to ask you to get someplace. Sometimes we might ask you to escort something across a map while it's being attacked. And so it's a different type of spawning, and it's a different type of units that are in there,
Sexy
and it's
null
a simpler
sector bot.
objective.
There's a lot of units Aaron is talking about. Lots of different units, lots of different types. They serve different purposes. You do different things to them. It's really going to help a lot of us find the fun and make sure that Overwatch 2 is a blast.
One of those sets of enemies is what we internally call objective units. And they're typically units that don't even attack players. The simplest version would be something like the Breacher.
It's two legs with this huge bomb on its back. It was built to do one thing, slowly and methodically march towards its objective, and then it transforms, and the bomb opens up like a flower. It starts spinning and charging up, and you hear this awesome sound, and you know you have a little bit of time before it's gonna explode and you have to take it out.
We have units like the slicers, which you guys have seen before. They're little, we call them the chickens, like little chicken snails. They run really fast. You know, we have a guy we're experimenting with right now who flies and drops these bombs that create these kind of ever-expanding smoke fields that you have to escape from, but because they're super deadly. So you really get to use your mobility options to kind of escape that.
There's things like the Polar. You could be moving through these darker alleys, and as soon as you hear that Polar spawn, it suddenly becomes like really spooky and kind of scary.
This very tall, elegant-looking character that's blindfolded, 3 orbs that circle around her as her eyes, and we basically spun those orbs around her head as a big tell, launched them at the player, and then it activates this tractor beam, and it's bringing you in, and then you get this awesome like anticipation of the hair opening up so you know what's about to happen.
One thing we've just recently been experimenting with is this idea of elite units. We didn't want the elite units to feel like they're just, oh, this guy's got double health and double damage. We want to make sure the elite units feel like they have different behaviors and have different attacks. So, for example, an Omnic Grunt, normally he fires his gun, he dies pretty simply. If you fight elite grunts, his weapon fires in a burst fire pattern. It's very deadly if you're close. And if you manage to take him out, they don't just die right away. They instead can crawl on the ground towards you, and you're trying to back away because if they get to you, they can explode.
Artillery at BlizzCon. We're all just staring at this, and we're like, what are we gonna do to level this up?
One of the things we really felt wasn't coming through was the damage states. We intend for players to shoot these guns off, but currently it's not reading as something that can happen in the game easily.
We changed the design, we changed the animation, and we go back and forth and just continually iterate.
We decided, hey, you know what? We're gonna just delete half of these damage states, so now it's super readable.
From an animation standpoint, we decided on spinning barrel version. Just did this really nice kickback. The tip of the barrel opens up when it's about to fire and shifts into place and boom!
It's really amazing to be fighting an artillery unit and you can see the guns on the side, and as you're shooting the guns, they're actually visibly taking damage, and then you can blow them off and it reacts and kind of stumbles to the side and really makes you feel like you're there, and it's super fun.
In a lot of the stuff we've showed so far, you're fighting null sector. These are evil killing machines intent on marching you down. The way you're going to stop them is by shooting them, and we want to make sure that feels responsive and visceral. Really making sure that when they take a hit, it feels like their whole body has been punched, almost like hit by a truck. That's what really sells this fantasy that you're playing these superheroes. One of the cool pieces of technology that we created was what we call chain hit reactions. Oftentimes you'll find null sector bunched up, marching maybe a half a dozen units abreast. You expect if you shoot one, they're gonna knock into their buddies. So we make that happen. Turns out it's really fun too.
Oh, wow.
One of the things that we showed last year at BlizzCon was the new looks for our heroes. The theory kind of going in was like, you want to preserve the essence of your hero, but also kind of show that that hero's evolved and kind of changed and moved forward. So we have a lot more new looks. So I'm excited to see how players and fans react to all of the ones that we've done so far.
Maybe we'll share some of those new looks today, which would be cool.
We're going to reveal McCree's new look for Overwatch 2 as well as Pharah. And we're really excited to show off some of our first villains with Reaper and Widowmaker. But first, I wanted to talk a little bit about technical wear, kind of like technical clothing. What that really is using very techy
Tracer
fabrics,
is one of the defaults
having
they
very intricate but functional
unveiled
straps designed in a
originally.
way that it's very aesthetically pleasing. With McCree, we took a couple of different approaches. He's got this classic cowboy look that it's really hard to mess with, because if you try to make him too sophisticated or too techy, it might not feel right for the character. But as a concept artist, you always want to change things around and try different shapes and silhouettes. So we did identify as Red Serape as the main thing for McCree. We also tried a couple different things with McCree's cowboy hat. We didn't really want to mess with that too much because that's a very iconic part of him. So that's another piece that we kept. We tried some retro cowboy looks that mixed in some tech here and there. Some that were a little bit more techy than others, some that were a little bit more classic cowboy. We gave him a little bit of a longer beard, and it really gives him a nice kind of like a more aged look. What's different about Farah than some of our other heroes is Farah's completely covered in armor. We didn't want to change her silhouette too much. It was more about experimenting on different colors. So it felt really appropriate for her to be the one to harken back to those original Overwatch colors of white and blue. One of the things that we wanted to update on Farah was her visor. Instead of being completely opaque and reflective, we tried a little bit more of a transparent approach, and being able to see through it a little bit now allows us to see some more of her emotions. Reaper was actually the ones I was very excited to work on, because I could see a lot of potential in how we can integrate his cloak and his cowl and his armor, and how we can make all those shapes really sing within that classic, Reaper silhouette. We tried a couple takes with the first pass, like completely silver arms, more layers to his jacket. Reaper's mask is obviously pretty sacred to us, but the thing you'll notice immediately is that it's now completely silver. Instead of the bone white, he's got this like almost like deadly edgy silver that just gives him that classic Reaper look. With Widowmaker, we started with the idea stage, exploring a breadth of ideas. We tried things like a more insectoid approach, treasure hunter. One of them made her feel like a classic Bond villain, so we kind of steered it back towards one of the more cyberpunk looking ones, almost like a futuristic femme fatale, which is basically what Widowmaker is, but she even feels more upgraded. So I'm super glad that we went down this route. We played with different hairstyles too. Widowmaker has the really long ponytail that's really a key part of her look. And we really liked the hairstyle on one of the designs that was more of a braid, and it was really interesting look that also preserves Widowmaker's original silhouette with that long ponytail.
We've been working a lot with our domino engine and making our cloth look better. Now that we have this cloth tech, we're going to be able to make some really cool, unique silhouettes that will help them stand out from other heroes. We put a lot of time and effort into our face rig, and what I mean by that is we're gonna be able to get really close to these characters, and it's gonna feel really cool. It is absolutely worth the time and the effort to invest in the technology, and that way we can make these characters do more things that we haven't really been able to do before.
It's been super exciting working on the new looks for Overwatch 2, and it's just been so inspiring to watch the team try things that we've never tried before, and I just can't wait to show up more in the future.
Come on, dude.
Overwatch 2 is probably the largest opportunity we've had since the inception of the franchise to really expand what Overwatch even means to our players. In 0 Hour, we saw that some of the heroes got back together, but we're also seeing that there seems to be a second huge Omnic uprising. We're gonna learn who's behind that uprising, why that's happening, how globally spread is it.
The story and franchise development group, they were really the torchbearers of what the big story is that we were going to tell for this game.
We have a lot of interaction with them. They're working on in-game cinematic intros and outros for every one of our story missions.
It's been really great to see this
That'll be the
collaboration
India
grow
map.
and develop. The story is
That was
just a
in the
little more
short story.
integrated into our missions than it ever really has been before. All the available heroes get dialogue for a given mission. We have NPCs. We have multiple hero choices.
We have all sorts of events that are happening that are driving players to interact with each other or parts of the environment or other characters.
The world of Overwatch is this bright, shiny future. So how do you take that bright, shiny future and create conflict in it? How dark can the world of Overwatch go?
The different challenges that these characters are going to have to overcome in Overwatch 2 are things that they haven't ever dealt with before or dealt with on this scale. So what we had to do was literally strip it down to those bare bones of where are these characters in their lives. Overwatch has been disbanded, and now there's a situation where the world's in trouble again, and the world needs the heroes again, but they're not allowed to be doing what they were supposed to be doing.
We started to book these off-site locations so we could brainstorm over and
Emily
over
gonna die.
different versions of what the Overwatch 2 story campaign could be.
And we basically had these whiteboards that we were carting around everywhere.
The room was filled with whiteboards, and we would just write every day story beats with the characters and who was doing what and where. And oh my gosh, we forgot this character.
We had these giant sticky notes, and each one of them would be a mission with a bunch of notes on it. You know, somebody say, well, what if we moved Rio to the end? And they'd physically grab it off the wall and stick it on the end.
And we did this for a while, you know, until we all felt that it was pretty close to what we wanted.
Then we could send it to our writers' rooms. The writers' rooms then had a much clearer direction of where we wanted this process to go.
Ultimately, we come up with something that we think is right for the game. And then we pitch it back to the game team, and they point out everything that we missed.
And that allows us to actually back up and go and make it right and make it better.
Because the scale of this story is so huge, it takes place over the whole world, basically. It just requires a constant iteration, constant refinement to make the story as best as we can make it.
From writing, we go to storyboards. The storyboards get crafted with the edit. From there, it'll go to a previs department where they'll start to flesh it out in 3D. Once we've kind of figured out our camera work and our cinematography, that'll then go to the animation department. And then we end up going right into the game engine.
One of our challenges was to figure out how to integrate this story and this narrative with the gameplay.
So if the intro cinematic ends with this huge battle, this huge war, when you get into the game, it has to mesh and feel the exact same way and blend together.
We really are also trying to get the music to be equally as consistent from in-game cinematics straight through to the mission. Adam Burgess, our lead composer, has been working with the IGC team, with the game team, developing themes for all of the heroes, all of the locations.
As the cinematic director, whatever we're crafting should never override the gameplay. We want to make sure that the player's experience going from the cinematic to the gameplay is seamless and it feels like a completely immersive experience.
The engineers, we have to find a way to actually make that come to fruition. The choreo tool is a tool that allows people to coordinate different events to happen at the same time. Like in Rio, if you played our demo, one of the buildings explodes. And so that kind of event needs to happen as you're running by, and you need to have it timed, because if it blows up too early, then you don't see it. It allows story moments in missions that interact with the environment, that interact with our characters.
The new tech, the new abilities that we have now are allowing us to push our storytelling farther than we could have previously.
What's also really powerful about choreo is that, you know, if somebody has an idea, they can mock things up really quickly.
We got to show the Widowmaker making this awesome introduction. Casey was able to quickly put a really rough prototype in choreo. And Philip would come in and on the fly, he's making quick changes. They play tested something that would normally take weeks. It was done in like a matter of days.
Each story mission has its own custom map built for it. And these maps are absolutely gigantic.
Each story mission has its own custom map.
It's a fun map because it has a few story beats that we've taken from recent comics and characters in the game.
We've written a history for each city so that the cities feel lived in. And I think that informs the artists so that they know like what it is that the city has been through.
Gothenburg was our chance to show Torbjorn's workshop. We created a space that kind of fits his height. So there's, you know, step ladders and scalable tables. We designed the space as if we were Torbjorn. Molten steel is pouring out of walls. It's pretty epic when you walk into it. Toronto was under siege by Null Sector when the players arrive here. There's a dynamic snowstorm. So as you make your way through the level, the snow is slowly building up. Suddenly by the end, the characters are caught in this gigantic snowstorm and they must fight their way through.
In Overwatch 2, we want to give you choice to be able to play this character or that character. So we're designing a lot of systems around how their relationships develop over the course of the story missions in the campaign.
We have a cast of many characters all on screen, all at the same time. And it's fantastic to actually see them all interacting and working together in ways that we've never actually seen. We've always thought about it and hoped for it, but now it's actually happening.
It actually requires us to have a whole new branching dialogue.
It's not happening now. It's happening like
Genji and
next year or
Mercy
something.
in the second mission of the game, you might get different dialogue that's about their relationship.
Our voice actors bring the characters to life in ways that everybody has fallen in love with, from inside Blizzard to the fans. Just to hear this collection of actors all together, all interacting, has been a real treat.
Hammer down!
I wish people could see how many people are involved when it comes to something like telling the story of Overwatch. It doesn't just come from a singular person, it comes from a group, and it's a really talented, fun group that all works together.
We've been developing what we hope is one of the best stories ever. There's some key story moments that I'm really excited about, and I really can't wait to see how people react to it.
We've been talking about the game, about this universe. I know you all love it so much.
Right now, we can sit down and have a night of Overwatch 2 and have it be a really fun experience. And I think we need some more time till we can say it's perfectly polished in the way that we want it.
We've made such incredible strides since we first announced this and showed it to the community at Blizzcon in 2019.
The thing that I'm most excited about is that moment when we hand the game over to the players.
We want to create something that really moves people, really touches people.
That's why we do it. We create the game because we want it to become part of your life and for you to experience it.
But when? But when?
For Overwatch 2, we're upping the bar.
It's kind of 5 games in one. It's a huge undertaking.
The new tech and the new aesthetics for the new looks bring you closer to the characters that you love, and we're just getting started.
The fidelity of the gameplay experience is much richer.
We are making cinematics that push the boundary of what we can do to tell stories.
We want this dynamic world. We want things to feel alive.
I'm really looking forward to being able to expand the world of Overwatch for our players.
We're really trying to tell this epic story.
In order to
400
make a game
gigabytes.
great, it takes time, energy, collaboration.
We have just an incredibly professional team of designers and artists and engineers.
We just love bringing this world to you guys. So many cool characters. It's just a blast working on it.
Our goal is for Overwatch 2 to be the worthy successor to the first game, to be the next evolution, and to be a true sequel.
We have big plans, so thank you for sticking with us.
We're gonna cross the finish line, and I know it's gonna be awesome.
I hope people just end up loving playing it over and over.
That's what we want to try and capture. I'm jumping in, I'm playing, let's go be heroes.
Yeah, but when? When though? They're not going to tell us, are they? They're not going to tell us. Yep, that's all of it.
Dolby is a proud partner of BlizzCon Line. What's shot versus the world in Dolby?
You know. Yeah, I mean, it was good, right? It was good. It was good. It's me, but bigger. But yeah, that was a good, good update. Yeah, no release date, nothing like that, no. Ah, well. They've shown us a lot of stuff, but they didn't actually show us any new heroes or anything. So no new heroes that they haven't told us about already. But lots of new information about all the new maps and tech and all kinds of modes and all kinds of stuff. It's good. Yeah, I mean, if they're not ready to announce a date, they're not going to announce a date. And they're just not ready, it seems. And that's fine. You know? If they're not ready, they're not ready. And with what happened with Cyberpunk, yeah, you don't want them to rush it. Do not. We did get to learn more about Sojourn, though. They haven't updated the Overwatch 2 website with the new looks yet. Be nice to do that, Blizz. GF. Can we do that? Oh well. It's fine. It was good. I'm gonna probably watch that a few more times and go through it carefully and pause things and try to spot stuff that they hid in there for keen-eyed people to notice. So I might do that at some point. See what I can find. See if they hid any of the new heroes in some of those brief gameplay clips, you know? Could be interesting. Yeah. Bastion has a hat. Yes, we've known this since 2019. It's fine. Anyway, it's late. I should be going. I guess for Overwatch, I'll just decide on another hourly target and go from there. Seeing as they're not even going to hint at beta or release or anything, it's likely to still be a fair way out. Next year at least. So, we'll see. And, who knows? Maybe I'll get my hands on beta at some stage this year. If they want to start that this year. Maybe I get access. Who knows? We'll see. Play 2 games. I don't know. I mean, the overall reception to the alternate games was good among the regulars, but not so good among everyone else. My view count was a lot lower for the alternate games. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have a think about that, whether I want to do that or not. But I need to stop before my PC restarts on its own. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that. It'll be available on YouTube to rewatch and analyze and all that kind of stuff, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of Overwatch channels that will be analyzing it as well, trying to find hidden gems, all that kind of stuff. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll figure out another hourly target to work on, so it's probably going to be more Quick Play Classic for a while, and we'll break up to the next hourly target. We'll see. I can't. The thing is, for normal quick play, I think 250 hours is enough. And with extra queue times of damage, I don't really want to do that. Especially if, looking ahead to Overwatch 2, I decide that PvE is my main mode. But I might still want to maintain the quick play rainbow, so I don't want to keep adding hours to that, because that'll just make that job harder in the long run. So I think 250 is where it's going to stay. But yeah, I'll go now, and I'll be back tomorrow at my usual stream hours. All right. I'm going to have to find someone else to host. I'm not usually hosting people this late, but let's see. Maybe Cruz. Anyway, good night all. I'll see you all soon.